Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Luke and Lewis, very special guest episode. Once again, every guest is very special.
Well, you're all special.
Welcome, FriendlyJordies, to the show.
Thanks, guys. Yep.
I realize
I'll join in on that round of applause.
it's a bit
all right,
rude,
mate.
you coming on and us just calling you special.
Probably
right
not the first
from the
time.
get-go.
And you adding everyone special, you know.
Yeah.
No, but in a way, you're kind of like the Rain Man of YouTube here in Australia.
That's
If you want to bring up stats about the fucking government, you're the guy to come to.
Yeah, that's true. I'm the numbers guy.
This is
Fuck, you know what? That is that's shakingly accurate. Thank you for that, Lewis. I never thought about myself as Australia's Rain Man.
That's all right, dude. Like, I almost wore a fucking raincoat before this episode. You look fucked.
Yes, I am. I'm a tired man.
You look like you need a sleep, man. Are you all right?
I was like really angry that you guys were like, yeah, 11 a.m. That's fine, right? I was just like, what do you think I am?
you
like,
could have done later. You just didn't. Okay, you know what?
It's your fault.
I was
Probably.
being very harsh on you.
And this is what this, and we love you, man, but
Thank you.
fuck you, okay? Because you are the most frustrating person to organize anything with.
That's
Because you show your phone to the camera, please. You've got a little fucking brick Nokia phone.
You a
'cause
fan? You like that?
You're enlightened and you're trying to get away from the evils of social media, which is, is correct, right? That's a good thing.
And also make money off it.
Yeah.
That is saying.
Yeah, you're basically just a sober meth dealer. That's really what you are.
Man, I've never texted anyone more vague in my life.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. So I go send out the message, hey mate, when you're down in Melbourne this week, if you can, we'd love to have you on, blah, blah, blah. And you just go, let us know if there's a day you're free. And by the way, this is after we failed to get you on during COVID, by the way. And then
Which would have been easy because that's just Zoom,
just
just Zoom. we had to literally just wait till you were in our city so we could try and kidnap you. Now,
So
I love the text by Luke here.
Yeah.
It's real clear.
And I
it's
also
real
mentioned
open.
the new studio because I know last time you were good enough to come to our warehouse in that was surrounded
The torture
by
chamber.
Russians and attack dogs and whatnot. I think on the way out you got barked at and I think you said to one of your employees, "Let's never come here again."
Yeah. And I think that you would have been one of the only guests that we got in to that studio, which is, warehouse, which probably says something bad about our view of you. We were like, oh, he won't mind.
Isn't that amazing?
And then, so I go, you just kind of ignore the whole question about the podcast and you just went, damn, boys moving up, huh? All right. And then I go, yep.
Completely ignore the question of, the question was, hey, do
I
you
was
wanna come
trying
on
to
the
be
show?
friendly.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? I was being nice to you guys.
No, you were trying to avoid sending the other half of that message because every time you type a letter, you got to hit 3 times.
They're both right.
Yeah. And then I go yep, and I kind of make a bit of a joke about it, living the high life now, and I go, anyway, and then you just ignore that again, and you go, the inexplicable alarms. So another reference to the old warehouse.
Yeah, so Luke has now asked you, when are you free? Twice. Two
Now-
times, and both times you've ignored it.
Now, on the third time, I go, does Wednesday 11:30 work? And you just go, probably.
That's the most frustrating shit. Luke's in the group chat going, is this guy free? Is he coming? Are the boys that we pay to be here are like, what, are we working tomorrow?
Everyone's going to me so is Jordan coming in? Are we working tomorrow? And I'm like, boys, I go, probably.
We got a tight schedule. So we thought, Jordan, right, you're obviously incredibly good at just not giving a straight answer for engagements that you may or may not want to go to. We thought we would test your ability on the show and just see how long you can go without giving us a yes or no answer for our theoretical
How long have you
dinner
got?
party.
Okay, go on.
Let's go. All right, ready? You got the timer,
I'm
Keelan?
so confident about
Ready?
this.
Okay, cool. Hey, Jordan, how you going?
Look, there's a lot of ways to answer that question. Yeah, look, it varies from second to second,
Good, that's good. He didn't even tell me how he is. Okay, this is going to be tough. Hey, we're having dinner at 6 p.m. tonight.
That's a good time to have dinner, guys.
Yeah. Well, we think so too.
We thought, man, two's company, but three's a crowd, and we'd love to
I
have.
was gonna say a crowd. Two's boring. Three's exciting.
Three is exciting. We would.
You're fucking. You're making it worse.
Maybe we're not good at inviting people to stuff.
Maybe you're making it sound bad.
All right. So we were thinking we'd love to be joined in your company at 6 p.m. for dinner.
Would you?
Yeah, we would love that. Would you?
Oh, that's really nice.
Yeah, but
Would I like to go?
Would you like to go?
Yeah, like, look, as you said, 3 is a crowd. I'll let you marinate on that.
you know. Speaking of marinade, the restaurant has beautiful like steak, and it's marinated. It's awesome, and we would love to see you tonight, 6 p.m. for dinner. Yes or no?
Scene.
Oh fuck! You got it. It's all right.
Very well done. Very well done.
You like that?
Yeah.
The old scene. And what's bad about that is because of your phone, we don't even get the red message there. It's like we have no idea if you've even seen it or
Yeah.
you just haven't even opened the phone. So, man, that's great. So, what was the time there?
That was a minute 22 seconds.
Plus, in infinity because he just seen us. That's really good stuff.
Now, last time we were on, actually one of our highest rating episodes yet. So thank you for that.
Mad.
Yeah, great. But one problem, Keelan wasn't here. I don't know if you remember. It was just us. And the episode was completely out of focus because we set up the cameras. So we are going to promise to you this time that I reckon 3/4 of these cameras will be in focus.
Like my camera.
awesome.
Well, we're not
that should
promising
be in
100%.
focus. I look all good. Luke, do you want to test your camera? Yeah. Jordan,
Great.
you look in this camera? Yeah.
I'm going to miss that kind of Vaseline look over the camera lens, though. It's like kind of like the room of podcast.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's gone now.
it really fit the
You
old
guys really
vibe.
dropped the ball on that. Huh?
Ruben wasn't employed and Keelan wasn't there, but I will blame them both. That is good. Come on,
Particularly
guys.
the one that wasn't employed.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. But that's a really good thing about working with a team is you can blame them for everything and they just kind of have to cop it. Like you've got a big team and obviously ever since you hired that team, a lot of mistakes are made. But now the good thing is none of them are your fault.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what happens.
Yeah.
You're so right. Isn't that like just the brutality of capitalism, isn't it? The less you do, the more of a genius you are.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw some woman on Twitter getting absolutely fucking flamed. She runs like a insurance company on Twitter, like a big multi-million-dollar company, and she does like this business thread of like, here's what really helped me with my business. I have an executive assistant that works remotely, and like an executive assistant, they'll help with scheduling meetings, they'll be a receptionist, they'll, if you don't have time to go to the shops, they might get you something. And she just starts listing out this woman who's working in the Philippines responsibility, and it's like accounting, payroll, meetings, like they're just doing everything that she should be doing. And she goes, and this gives me time to go surfing. And all these people like, that's not an executive assistant, that's exploitation of a third world worker, you horrible woman.
Yeah. But again, that's business.
It really is business.
Sadly.
Yeah. We're hoping to eventually get rid of Keelan and just have some guy from the Philippines do his job over Zoom.
I can't wait to outsource this podcast. It'd be great.
What? So you guys are just going to replace yourselves
Hey,
with
we'll-
two
Yeah,
Filipino
we won't even
kids?
work
We'll
here.
just be surfing, dude. We'll be hanging 10.
Yeah.
Okay,
The show will
yeah,
still be
sick.
called Luke and Lewis, but instead of us in the chairs, it'll be two laptops on Zoom with two guys from two different countries that don't really speak English talking
Yeah.
to each other.
We're
Really
going to outsource
outsourcing
the
it.
actual hosting
Yeah.
of the show one day.
Everything. We'll go, we've got FriendlyJordies on the show. It's just some kid from Korea.
I mean, you are a
No one would tell the difference.
no. You're a busy boy. You are. I mean, audio listeners, I'll just describe
Can you keep
Jordan's
your eyes
posture.
open, dude?
Sorry.
Every
Yeah,
time you blink,
I had a
it
micro
gets
slip.
longer. Every blink is getting longer and longer. It's
You're-
like you're blacking out.
You're nearing a nap. Like, This will just be forever known as the episode. Like, you'll be up for guest of the year this year, and you'll be the only guest that wasn't conscious throughout the episode. Jesus Christ. Yeah, so you're down for Melbourne doing shows.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah.
Yep. How many shows are you doing?
One.
What? Oh.
we've
But
only
multiple
been here for a
nights.
No, how many nights are you doing, dickhead?
Oh, fuck. Okay, 6.
Yeah, great. Yeah, great. And how's it all been going? You're cancelling the media. How's that going? Because the media still
very
exists.
successfully.
Yeah.
As you can see.
You're currently on a form of media right now. and also have several platforms of your own.
To be honest, and no matter how much you and I, we criticize the media all the time, fuck with them, but ultimately they are doing a much better job than we are, of convincing people not to watch.
Yeah.
That is really true. You're right.
Yeah, you guys
That's
don't.
a good point.
Is your final form just cancelling yourself in the end?
Yeah, you'll be like
No, that's not the final form.
Where does it end?
No, it should be FriendlyJordies cancels every form of media he doesn't like.
Okay.
So it's pretty much just like
so all that's
everything
left-
except a current affair goes.
Yeah. A current affair.
And we leave Dancing with the Stars, all right? We just let them have their fun.
Yeah, they can know.
If Matty
Does that
J
still
wants
go?
to dance, let the man dance, all right?
Yeah, it's still happening.
He's an ex-bachelor guy.
How do we have enough celebrities for it?
Well,
We
we don't,
we
because I
don't.
just said Matty J's on the...
There we go.
Dancing
Yeah.
with the
Because the next
Stars.
question is who's
I'm a
Matty J?
celebrity.
Yeah.
Get me out of here. I reckon they're going to run out of celebrities that have been on those shows. They're just going to have to do the one final season of both, but they're combined. And it's just a bunch of D-listers dancing in the jungle, getting attacked by snakes.
That'd be great.
I think that would
What,
be
they're
sick.
just throwing snakes at them off camera?
Yeah. So it's
Fair
like
enough.
a dance challenge and a I'm a celebrity, get me out of here challenge in one.
Yeah.
Save money, they'll air the show as 2 different shows, but it's the same episode in different time slots. People won't notice.
You know, I was saying like how sad it was. We're talking in the car on the way here with Jordan, and I was like, man, you know what's really sad? If you really think about it, you're probably, and it was a bit of a diss, but not really. I was like, you're probably actually in the top 50 well-known people in the country, just behind the cash cow.
Yeah, just by the cash.
Isn't
You know what
that
else he
crazy?
said as well? This is amazing. He says, I'm less famous than the cash cow, but more famous than Koshi.
Yeah. Because Koshi, I would say, is less famous than the cash cow as well. Just in his own
But
show,
what's
he's
carrying
like
the show.
he's like the
cash
supporting
cow.
cast member of
Absolutely.
Sunrise.
Like, no one's excited to see Koshi,
No.
Everyone's stoked to see the cash cow.
Yeah.
That's
Give me
true,
some
actually.
cash. No one's like, give me some cash.
Dude, Dilrook met the cash cow the other day, and you notice he didn't post on Instagram that he met David.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
True. I mean, yeah, the cash cow was more famous.
He was doing the
than
Good
Koshi.
Friday appeal.
Yeah.
Which is where they're trying to... I like that that's like Channel 7's like thought process. Like, all right, Good Friday appeal, we're trying to generate some cash. Call the cow. Right? Just like the cow comes in like, do what you do, bro. Dance behind the
It's a little bit weird, though, because doesn't the cow give away money? Now it's asking for it back.
Mate,
That's
you're
bullshit.
asking someone who hasn't woken up before 9 a.m. in about 7 years.
Yeah, the cash
what
cow's-
happens on morning
No, I
television?
think it gives away money, and then on Good Friday it asks for it back. It's like the Centrelink cow. It's going to be some robo debt going, hey, it's Good Friday, give it back.
Isn't that insane that is aimed at adults? A dancing cow. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is supposed to be a semi-serious news show, right? Like, I know
Yeah.
that they have a laugh, but that much of a laugh? I don't think Cheese TV went to that level.
No,
They didn't.
no, they didn't.
They didn't have that.
That was
They
all
literally had
human.
cheese in the name of their television show as well, and they didn't even involve a cow.
Yeah, Cheese TV. The only time there would ever be a cow would be in a cartoon, and they'd be like, "All right, we're gonna, get a bit more fun in the show."
Yeah.
The humans never did it because kids would go, "Well, this is just fucking bullshit. That's a guy in a suit."
You know what always confused me about mainstream television in the early 2000s? When you used to watch like Funny Stone videos, and they'd have that physical mailing address where you send them VHS tapes at Crow's Nest. Do you remember
Easiest
that?
way to do it.
But isn't that crazy? They used to actually get tapes sent in,
Yeah.
and that's how they used to do Funniest Home videos. Like you'd be like, "Oh, I'm going to be on the telly," and you'd go to the post office, send in your tape, and just pray
Imagine
that it makes it on the TV.
Imagine the shit
crazy.
they would watch. Like when we asked for emails from fans and they
sucks.
sent us some horrifically bad things. Imagine if we were asking for VHS tapes, unedited, shot on like dad's camera.
it's so much-
Yeah, like 50 snuff films a year.
Oh
Wouldn't it?
yeah, you would just see people die.
Not efficient. They'd have to like eject it, put the next one in, press play. It's the least efficient way to filter content of all time.
You're
that was
so
someone's job.
right.
Just going like, is this funny enough to have a voiceover of a squirrel? You know what I mean? Like just
But you know what? It was a good show. We used to sit, my whole family would sit around every day it was on, have dinner, and watch Funniest Home videos. And
because
we
it was
would
before
die
YouTube.
laughing.
You couldn't. There was Fail Army didn't exist.
It is really
Yeah.
sad, isn't it? Like, we killed Australia's funniest home videos, us three.
Yeah,
That's our entire job now,
yeah.
isn't it?
It's just like
watching
compiling
videos.
dumb shit and
Yeah,
going, look at this
reacting.
idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've replaced whatever the fuck her name is. That blonde chick
Shelley
that I think
Craft.
started.
Shelley Craft.
Damn.
Dude, you're
I
like
love
an
this
encyclopedia of,
Yeah,
of
it's
like
great.
bad culture.
I
He is!
yeah.
I just
If
remember.
it's shit, he knows.
I just remember like obscure Australian culture.
Yeah.
Like I will reference Nitro from the Shack maybe once a month in content.
Good.
Just like and,
Keep him up.
yeah, and someone
He
needs
needs
to
it.
Someone
keep
has
the
to reference
memory
Nitro.
alive. You know?
Yeah. Not many other people are. You know,
Dude,
you
why
ha-
the fuck was he even most memorable from the Shack? No
He
one
looked the
remembers
mo- he looked the most
Apart
cool.
from you, no one remembers the rest of the cast.
I don't remember. There was the
Damn.
nerdy guy.
he had the coolest name. Nitro.
He had dreads, dude.
Dreadlocks. He was a good looking guy. He seemed like he was having the most fun, I think.
Of course.
That's why.
He looked a bit like that Australian cricketer. Also don't know his name. Anyway, so yeah.
Hey,
Has-
Jordan,
Yeah.
can you put the mic closer to your mouth?
Christ.
Jordan has really checked out of this podcast before he even arrived.
You're right.
I opened the door and we made eye contact with each other, and then after I said hi, it was about 5 seconds of silence before you said, "Oh, hey man."
Are you okay?
I'm sorry.
What's gonna happen tonight at your
know.
show?
Fuck, you're so right. I don't really know what... You know what else happens? I don't know if you guys have gotten into this. Have you heard of this product called Red Bull?
Yeah, Keelan has been overdosing on it, I think.
Yeah?
Every
How many are you on?
Like a liter a day.
A liter? That's against the
Fuck,
recommended.
man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
That's like double.
Yeah.
Double
if you
the
were
recommended
pregnant,
intake.
Your baby would be dead.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's going to make him pregnant.
They're
A
very
bull
cheap.
is going to come out of him.
He used to buy like slabs of Blue V.
Yeah,
Yeah,
slabs.
he's
Oh my God.
yeah. It's just petrol for your body.
24.
Or like 6 at a time.
Yeah, but he'd
okay.
buy like
All
4
right.
6-packs.
Yeah, with
It's a
the
slab.
energy of 24.
Keelan is the guy that gets sucked in by the 2-for-1s at the servo. We've been driving to work together, carpooling, and
Yeah.
every time he's at the servo, he looks at one of the deals and goes, "Well, I can't turn that down."
But it's so
out
much,
loud, he
it's
goes,
so
"I
much
can't turn
cheaper.
that." It's not.
It's not.
cheaper.
Go to any
It's a
supermarket.
It's
scam.
1 for 6 or 2 for 7.
He's got you
That's a
there.
rip-off.
I know, but it's just like because no human should ever consume 2.
Yeah. Yeah, all right, maybe.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, it should be illegal to have a deal for 2 500ml Red Bulls. You know,
Yeah,
that's a health
it's-
hazard.
oh my
He'll
God.
crack it open in the car, and the fumes will wake me up. I'm not even drinking. I'll just be alert for the rest of the drive just
It's
from inhaling it.
Like 91 unleaded, just putting it into your body on repeat. You know, you
Yeah.
never get the premium fuel for your body.
No.
No.
No water for 2 weeks.
And I like,
Wait, what's premium? What's premium of energy
I would
drinks?
say, I was going to say water. But,
That's the white monster. That's the premium shit.
You reckon?
Yeah, white monster
I would
for
say
a white
Red Bull
monster.
or something.
Man, I am not enough of a bogan to crack one of those. What's that like? So yeah.
I've never had one. I just see him and
What
I
about
go,
a rock star?
Oh,
That's
yeah,
great.
no, that's- yeah, there we go.
Yeah, that would be good.
Fuck.
Well, something happened today that I think we could talk about. This just happened in the news, which I think is pretty interesting, especially with you on, Jordan. So the Comedy Festival had the gala where comedians, they jump up, they do 5 minutes of material, and then it gets broadcast on TV. So Tom Ballard, comedian who has done many TV shows on ABC, he did a whole set just trashing Liberal voters, just completely ripped into Liberal voters. A quote here. I've seen this joke. It's good. It doesn't come across in an article because they just take him out of context and write the most unfunny part or the most brutal part of the joke without setup, right? Here's a quote. I'm not saying Liberal voters are bad people. I'm saying they're not people. They're cold-blooded lizards ruining the country who should go back to the hellmouth from where they came from, right? Which is probably just the middle of a rant that was probably funny in the room. But they've actually cut him from the broadcast because ABC doesn't want to piss off the Liberal Party who funds them.
Classic.
And I'm watching just a meltdown happen on Facebook of all of these people who previously thought the ABC were lefties, you know, and who would cancel anyone for having a right-wing opinion, and now just arguing, going...
But how did they not realize that they're funded by the government that's in power right now?
Yes.
How stupid
Isn't that
are people?
insane?
Yeah. Yeah, so...
It's like, that's what the average...
The Labor Party they're not in government, so they don't sponsor...
Yeah.
They don't fund the... That's
Of course
so dumb.
it's in
Even
the-
I knew that.
Guys, just keep in mind, that guy there couldn't understand any of my political content. And the
Yeah.
first time I met him, he said, when are you doing another Yilmaz? That guy understands how the ABC works better than the average Australian. Just think about it.
And I only watch your Married at First Sight videos. And I've never even seen Married at First Sight. I didn't even really understand that show, to be honest. I'm more of a Bachelor man.
Too political?
Yeah. I like to keep it simple with the batch. You know?
Too much politics and infighting.
Yeah.
There's it's interesting watching the cognitive dissonance happen on Facebook, where previously ABC's all lefties and they won't let anyone with a right wing opinion on, and now all these people are going, oh well, you know, I don't think the joke was very funny. Maybe, you know, it shouldn't have been on the ABC and it's actually his fault and not cancel culture. It's awesome watching them all like completely turn around.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
What's your audience?
I don't know anymore.
Like, are they
It's
older,
like a combination
younger?
of like neckbeards, boomers who get it.
Cool mums.
Cool mums, yeah.
Yeah, I
I bet
get
there's
some
a
cool
lot of
mums.
cool mums at your show.
Yeah, no, there are lots of cool mums at my show. I get like internet nerds, and I get lads, and I get goth kids. I get like individuals that are weird in their own way and super cool with it because that's kind of like
I mainly hit the
That
uni
makes
crowd.
sense.
That,
Huh?
like inner city uni crowd is like my vibe.
yeah. Luke gets
Yeah.
like
Hipsters.
Not really, just like normal.
Luke is the only
uni
person
people.
whose comedy, live comedy at least, is appealing to hot girls. That's
I guess, yeah. Well, just like females attend comedy when well, they don't really usually. Like,
You're right.
because they watch me
You're
on
right.
TikTok. So
yeah.
Ah, right. That makes
that's
sense.
where
My female demo is like really rising. Attending the shows, it used to be like none.
or used to
but
be
now-
big old sausage fest.
Yeah,
loads of
yeah.
shows.
Now it's like changed a lot. There's lots of girls that come to my
What
shows.
the hell happened with that? What's with all these chicks? Like, where were they before?
I don't know when they
It's like
were.
happened in the last 2 years.
I think it just we were like we came up in this weird internet culture, which was really pioneered by dudes and Reddit and like a real like weird internet nerdy.
Well,
dude
Alex
culture.
Williamson was first. He paved the way for all of us, I think. And I remember when I started in high school, Australian YouTubers were fucking lame. Like, why would you watch an Australian YouTube? Like, YouTube was just kind of becoming watchable regularly when I started, but Australian YouTubers were fucking lame.
When I started, everyone was doing like tradie videos, like
Yeah.
Frenchie and Alex and
don't knock
Josh.
those.
They were always like in the high.
they're
viz.
good.
You know what I mean? Like,
What?
but I was like the first person to like talk about The Bachelor, like stuff that like girls were interested in. Like-
Okay, right.
So I guess that. I guess before then there was no reason for them to come to shows because you know, unless they were being
Yeah,
dragged there
yeah,
by the
yeah.
boyfriends, they're not really going to be like, oh shit, tradie saying the work site. You know, often it's stereotypically a male dominated industry. They're not going to be like, oh, relatable.
Yeah.
So I think
Well,
that's
so there's
why.
like no guys at your shows. It's basically just a Pete Evans.
It's about
live
50-50.
concert.
It's about 50-50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
is
50-50.
crazy.
That is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like I was just like, wow, what a ratio. 80-20. You
Yeah.
know, like
Yeah.
So you're about that.
Yeah, probably. I think I'm coming up to 30, I think. Cause,
See, me too.
because-
Was like, maybe. Yeah.
yeah, maybe about that. But I think that might just be because some of my fans are like getting social skills and can bring a girlfriend. You know?
Yeah.
I think that's what it is.
They're ripening. They're coming of age. Eh?
Yeah.
You proud of them, Luke?
I am. You know, good on him.
Yeah, some of them don't really know what to do though. They just stare at you because they have never been to comedy before. They're just like,
What is that? Your audience?
I have to. So I go like to start my
Luke's
show. I'm like,
younger.
who's like this is their first ever comedy show, and it's like easily 20 people every night.
So you're basically a party clown. Like that's.
All right, who's the one putting on fucking makeup for his shows?
I was gonna
Okay.
say the only show I've seen of yours where you were wearing white makeup.
Clune.
Out here doing whiteface, mate. All right, I was offended as a white man myself.
Showing up asleep
You know,
on a podcast,
I was
calling
like-
the host a clown. All right, dude. All right, dude. You want a nap?
Yeah, at least I'm awake. You know what I wanted to talk about? It gets sent to us like a bit. It's so weird. I think after the last episode, a lot of people. Do we talk about this? I forget. You used to model.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a thing that just like floats around the internet very quietly. Of these like that black and white pic of you looking fine as hell.
And then that other one of you, it was the Sprite commercial where you're looking vaguely Korean.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
They like
you
that.
did modeling in Korea. Is that right? Mm-hmm.
lived.
Those modeling photos of like when white dudes do like Asian ads, they apply the Asian beauty standard to white guys, which I'm sure the reverse happens to Asian people in Western countries. It's really funny them making a white guy look a little bit more Asian, like
More anime.
Yeah, more anime. Like
Yeah.
your face was much
more
more
2D.
paler.
More 2D.
Yeah. How did you
Let's just strike out a dimension and then.
How did you get into doing that? Modeling in Korea. How does that happen?
Discovered on a train. That's how it started.
In Korea?
No.
No, in
I
Australia.
was in Australia. Some chick came up. She gave me an agency that was kind of crap. I went there, didn't get any work, then got picked up by another agency, and then I started to get work. Isn't that an interesting story?
Was this before?
Wow. No, because I went to
incredible?
school. I went to school with a guy who became like a really famous model in Korea. Also,
Did he?
yeah, he's a white guy.
Did you have any ambition to do that at all, or you just like wanted money at the time?
No, I didn't have any ambition to do it. Except for, this is kind of fucking weird now that I think about it. Zoolander was still kind of like in the zeitgeist. It was years old, but it was still a thing. And it just seemed like a funny existence.
Yeah.
You're like, I watched Ben Stiller do it. Maybe it's for me.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So why
Kind
did
of
you
look like Ben Stiller.
Why did you decide to leave? Because I don't think I've ever asked like, why did you decide to do this? Were you always super into politics and comedy? It's such a weird. Because I think at the time you started, especially in Australia, no one was really doing what you were doing, even in America, which was like this weird blend of relatable, dumb comedy and then like in-depth political shit as well. Like, when did you start doing that? Were you always interested in it?
Yeah, I was always interested in politics. But I think I just remember talking to someone who shan't be named now, but like I used to be friends with them. And then they crossed me. But like, anyway, but that guy, he was basically saying like, because I did like a couple of political videos, and then he was saying, no one else is doing that. You should be doing that because it's kind of a service. And then I started going into it thinking like, no, because then I started looking more into it. Because I kind of had like a surface level understanding of politics, and then I looked deeper and deeper into it, and I was just like, fuck, you know what it is? Like, I would much prefer to be doing the dumb stuff. I like doing tradie videos. I like reviewing maths. I don't like talking about politics. It's like, it's a horrible ecosystem and environment. I would feel so bad being a politician. Like, their entire life is just getting stabbed in the back by everyone around them, you know?
It does seem like that. I think most, hopefully, politicians go into it going, I want to make Australia better. And then everyone around them who's been in it for 20 years are like, well, if you want to do that, you're going to have to suck that guy's dick. You're going to have to be trusted by this dude who will fuck you. And then by the time they get to a point where they can really do anything, they seem jaded and they're like, oh, well, I just want to look after my family.
Yeah,
make
and
money.
extremely compromised as well. Like, and it's kind of just the game. It's never going to change. It's been like that since ancient Rome. In
like
fact,
that in
that's
every
one of the
country.
stand-up shows I'm doing. Yeah. it is the nature of politics. It's a horrible environment. Like going on these like podcasts and being like, I don't know. You remember Nitro? It's such a different atmosphere to talking to like Bill Shorten, who you can just see it in his eyes. It's just like, fuck, if I say the wrong word, like my career's over.
You're welcome, mate. It's all good. We can, I would love for you to like just question them on the shack. That'd be great. That'd be,
and they would love it too.
Yeah,
they would love that.
Because I feel like it's all just pretend, right? Like you both don't really want to be talking about that bullshit, but you have to because it's like, you know what I mean? Like when you meet with these politicians, you have to talk about politics with them. But like, wouldn't it be funny to just like do an interview with Kevin Rudd and then just talk about like, oh, what are your thoughts on Shirley Craft and the gang from Channel 9?
Exactly.
I'd love to hear what Kevin actually thinks about handball, after it went viral. I want to know his experience. I want to know his background in the sport. But no one ever asked him about that. It's all international.
Yeah, man, I feel really sorry for him, I got to say, because they're just such... It's kind of just like, if you're the communications minister, anyone just asks you about broadband and that's it.
Yeah.
The thing
We
is, like,
should try and get on a politician and just ask them nothing about politics.
Yeah.
they'd love it. I'm telling you, because it's just one experience in their
probably
life
wouldn't be
of like it just not being like, you're on fucking tenterhooks, like.
But they probably just like wouldn't be allowed to put it out because then like dad would get up like, oh, instead of talking about this, they just wasted an hour and talked about.
Yeah,
but that would be
the
great.
job.
Like, imagine if we got like Fraser Anning on and we talked about Hot Wheels for an hour. And he kept like, if he keeps trying to veer it towards, what about immigration? We're like, no. If we got like a big loop-de-loop and a fucking
and then
truck.
and then the speed gun, I'm like,
Yeah.
could you Hot Wheels beat that? You know? And then
would be
he'd just be
good.
sitting there going, oh fuck, why am I here?
Yeah.
Do you think? I think he'd be like, fuck yeah, I can do
Yeah,
it.
and if he questioned it, I'd be like, mate, there's literally a Shrek like figurine on the set. You've come to the wrong podcast if you thought we were going to talk about immigration, all right? Unless you're talking about immigration into far, far away. Then obviously that's a huge concern. They do not like ogres there. Keep them out.
Yeah.
They're not going to fucking, like, they would love it.
Yeah.
I'm telling
you
you,
reckon?
Fraser Anning would say yes in a heartbeat.
I think he'd say yes to anything at this point.
Yeah, so
My favorite thing about Fraser Anning was, remember when he like the Egg Boy thing happened and then he blew up and went viral? Egg Boy came to my show.
How good's that?
Yeah, very funny. I
like
did a-
around the time?
No, just like recently, last
Recently,
week.
yeah.
Yeah, he came to my show. He's a good guy. But my favorite thing about Fraser Anning was when it went viral and then all these super right-wing people came to him and he went crazy, had super popular, and his Facebook page rocketed from nothing to like 200,000 fans. And then after the election, he lost straight away. And then he had to change his massive Facebook page to former Senator Fraser Anning.
Oh, really?
Before it was Senator Fraser Anning, and now it's former Senator Fraser Anning.
That's brutal. So it's kind of like being cancelled as a politician in a way.
Getting voted out. I wouldn't
Yeah.
say that.
And now it's just an average boomer
But what do they
Facebook
do?
page, is it? Just
Yeah,
being
well,
like,
he
"Head
just
fishing
posts
chief,
like
you can miss
super right wing news sources, like the government control the weather.
Do they still get paid if they're not?
No.
Like, how do they get
No.
money, politicians? I don't really get it.
What?
They're
What do
all
you
on
mean?
a salary.
Like he's former senator, so like, is he just who's he getting paid by?
No one.
Yeah, that's a really good question. Like, there wouldn't be.
What does he do?
Probably a consultant or something. But it's
Right.
Fraser Anning. I don't know.
I
if they
think he
would be-
has a lot of money. I think he's a farmer. I don't know. I've looked at him ages ago. I think he's doing quite well.
It's like being a professional sports person. Once it's over, you have to have some other stuff going on.
Yes,
outside of it, like a closed
Yeah,
business.
you better
or-
hope Blue Haven Pools needs you. You know,
Yeah.
to flog some.
I think from the research I've done, Fraser Anning is like really into NFTs, and so he makes his money.
Oh, really?
No, absolutely not.
Oh,
No.
okay.
I don't think Fraser Anning knows what a fucking NFT is.
Well, I don't know what a fucking NFT is. What's that?
It's like I don't know. It's like Bitcoin but art. You know, people selling.
It's
digital
like
art.
you own something with blockchain or something.
Yeah.
you
so
own-
you own the file, and everyone knows you own it.
I like know what it is, but I cannot explain it to someone.
You can buy. It's like how Bitcoin's digital
It's
cash. This is digital art that you can actually own, and everyone knows you own it. It's a file, but you know.
You can release a finite amount of, say, a video. You could record yourself going, "What up, guys?" and then that's an NFT, and you could release 100 ever, and it's like rare and cool to own this.
And people
digital
can buy
product.
and sell your piece of art.
But there's no way of
it's
like
it's
torrenting
another-
it.
Fuck, life's getting too abstract.
It's
Isn't
a
it?
tax scam, you know, basically. You know, it's just another way for people. Because, you know, if I make $1 million out of Bitcoin,
Yeah.
I could just buy some art, donate it, claim it on tax.
Jesus, the NFT itself, like the actual program, is the work of art. Now that's some postmodern shit.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I wonder if you can buy that.
Man,
Probably not.
People are becoming millionaires out of it. One guy sold an NFT for, I believe, $61 million.
What was it?
Just a digital file.
The Sardude guy was selling the original Vine.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
but I don't know why, because it's still circulating on
Well, you know what's
the
crazy?
internet, but you can own it.
But that's the thing, you can own it. Like,
It's
that
like, I
you
own
can
the
own a
Sardude.
meme. It's just bragging rights, you know? It's like when you have a video game, you own the exclusive skin that not many people have. But video games eventually die out.
It's just digital Pokemon cards.
It is. It
just
literally is. Yeah.
worthless things that have
Cardboard's
value because
worthless, but this Charizard is worth something because I think it is. And that's all. I think, therefore, it
rare.
is.
Well, if people are willing to pay for
Yeah,
it, then
that's
it is
just-
worth money. It's just cardboard, though.
It's just a dumber version of the stock market, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's
I
really
think it
what's
has
happening
value,
there.
so it does. Like do you remember that old meme, that overly attached girlfriend, where she's looking like this?
Yes, I
and
do.
people made memes of it. So she sold the original, just last week, sold the original photo that she took, that she owns as an NFT. She sold it for $400,000 US.
Well, I really think that should have been the $61 million one. I'm
If
really
you're talking
sad about
impact,
that.
yeah. The other guy
Yeah.
just made cool art.
Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah.
No, that seems really undervalued. I would have bought that. You know, you sold
Mate,
me
you
on
keep,
this. I think
keep
that's
growing
a good
that
investment.
Patreon, you could fucking get one.
Do you ever buy just like dumb shit like that? Because he buys dumb shit.
I buy dumb
What's
shit.
dumb shit do you
Like
buy?
he
I
buys
bought dumb clothes.
Gucci,
Dumb
Yeah.
clothes.
Yeah.
designer clothes. You know,
Why the fuck do you do that?
'cause he's an idiot.
I just think it looks cool. I think it looks cool. Yeah. Everyone has their dumb shit. I don't drink. I don't fucking do drugs. I'll buy
it's
dumb clothes.
The same spiel everyone always uses when they're trying to justify their like shit purchases.
Oh, I'm not saying it's not dumb. I'm
Yeah.
saying everyone has their dumb shit.
Everyone has
you
a
know?
vice.
Yeah.
You know? What's your vice?
Money, aquariums.
Really?
You know what I think? I think it's actually just a thing of being a man. There's just something in
Yes.
your life that is just this black hole that you're just like constantly chucking money into that black hole.
Yeah.
Just being like, okay, I've got 30 grand. Well, I'm just going to have to chuck 25 into that hole.
Yeah.
That's my hole.
Yeah.
I spend a lot of money on rare fish from fucking Vietnam.
But what are you doing now? Like, you've left them. So what are the fish doing?
Just swimming.
No, they're just swimming. That's
Suffering.
No, they're not suffering.
Who feeds them?
They don't need to be. Well, they do need to be fed. But you can
Everything needs to be fed. Don't have an animal be like, oh, it doesn't need food.
Yeah, but he's got probably someone to feed his fish.
Yeah, I got some, well, that's actually true. I've basically hired my best friend from high school, and that is his job. I give him a living salary to be like, and make sure that they get 3 pinches.
What's your
Jeez,
rarest
it must
fish?
be fucking nice. Oh
Yeah.
my god. Just being successful. You know, you can hire a guy to feed you. I don't have a fish guy. I'm not on fish guy money.
Yeah, you're doing every video going, oh, support us on Patreon for more investigative journalists. Guess where it goes? Straight into the fucking
straight into
pinches.
fish pitch.
Yeah, that's where it goes. I see it.
So true.
Dude, those blue check Twitter journalists are going to love this. FriendlyJordies wastes all his Patreon money on fish food.
Yeah.
Shut up, junkie cunt. That's my favorite thing about people who don't like you is all of the blue check journos on Twitter writing FriendlyJordies and then like replacing the E with an asterisk so that you
Yeah,
can't
can't see it.
search FriendlyJordies, and then all of your fans follow them so they just tag you in it. You end up ripping them anyway. It never works. My favorite thing is just watching them get owned. You don't even have to do it anymore. They all tweet about you, and all of the replies will be like, shut up, you work for pedestrian.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank you. Fuck. Finally, I can die a happy man.
Yeah.
As long as everyone knows the pedestrian sucks.
Yeah.
I've made my mark.
Oh, it really does.
It really fucking does.
Yeah, when we worked in radio...
It's not really news.
No, when we worked in radio,
like lad barbie.
they had like a bunch of sources to find trendy and current news for like talking topics because we did a daily show, so we just needed to be across lots of things to talk about. And we were given pedestrian as like this is like a good thing to talk about, and we would look at it like every day and go, this is fucking rubbish. There's nothing in here worth even making fun of. I think we used to do a segment about which was like
Made up or real.
Yeah.
Like we used to like make up a news story and then read a real one, and it was really hard to tell because it'd be like brand new. That's the one I read yesterday. It was like brand new pillowcase which will blow your mind. And it was like news.
Yeah, news. That's
It's like it was just an ad. Like, and people click on this. I know there was some people going, I want to change my life, and then they just clicked.
Yeah, you know, some people buy aquariums. Other people looking for that new pillowcase.
Yes.
And it's just
Next
insane.
level.
But it's almost like they know the intelligence of their audience, where they're like, we'll get them over the line with the pillowcase story. Like if we pretend it's news.
Dude, imagine studying journalism, thinking you're going to work for the New York Times and change people's opinions and the world, and then you just get an assignment from your boss on the desk, write about pillowcases or you're fired.
Yeah. Good. I'm glad actually. But like, God. Don't you think, in my mind, it's just an irredeemable sin. If you worked at Pedestrian, you should go to a gulag.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know? There's there's nothing you can do to contribute back to society after
Slight
that.
disagreement. I would say that Pedestrian is a gulag. You're never making it out, are
Fair,
you? You're going to
fair.
be there forever.
I'll tell you what, I did go into their offices once, and it really was like that. You know that radio in North Korea that you can't turn off? It's just constantly spouting government propaganda. That is Pedestrian. They're just constantly playing Triple J. It's a government-run radio station, just talking about this is the tastiest jam of the week. You know,
Yeah. Yeah. Buy jam. Buy jam now. FriendlyJordies bad. Jam good. I am a real journalist. And I'm kind of sad.
You know what I love? The more and more we get deeper into the podcast world, like there's just so little chance of us ever getting invited back on mainstream media ever again, because every
it
single,
happens.
of course, it doesn't matter. I mean, I don't want to be associated with By Jam, but yeah, it's just like we were talking about in the car, like the fall from grace that even the radio industry has had.
Yeah.
Like we still have so many friends in that industry, and it's just like
We loved it and it was fun.
it was
but-
great.
It's fun. Yeah.
It's such a great platform that's just, I feel like, being underutilized by like
It could
everyone.
be great. That's the problem, is that radio could be so
charge.
good, because radio does what podcasts cannot do, which is
Live.
This just happened. You know, there's a car accident on the fucking M1. Like, we can't do that. We can't talk about a thing that just happened. We can't do phoners. Oh, if Luke says a dumb thing or I have a crazy opinion, Luke can't go, call us now. Do you also agree? That's something that we
You
can't
can with
really
streaming,
do.
like you do that on your show, right, on Twitch.
Don't you think that just ruins it? Like, just the fact that these cameras are here. Like, no offense, but I think both of you should be fired. You know, like, I think you should just get rid of the cameras and just have voice.
Do you reckon?
That's what I loved about radio. Just imagining, it just creates a little image in your head. Maybe I'm just like a really. I should have been born in the 20s. Like, it should.
Yeah, that's
I
like
like the
very
video.
old fashioned. But at the end of the day, it's like if you want to have an audience, you need to post clips, and you need to
Exactly.
There's
Like,
like
you
a
have
reason
to do it
for
now. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like, it's just the tyranny of technology.
Yeah,
Just like,
yeah.
I've got this
People just
phone.
want to watch shit.
Yeah.
Well, even
now.
I'd say for this, I like the visual element because we do dumb shit, but like you know what? You're right. Keelan, you're out of here. Done. 50% of the way. Ruben, thin ice. Because he's laughing. He's laughing.
So good.
Yeah,
No more 2-for-1 specials for you.
that's right.
Go back to the one.
You're gonna have to start shopping them Aldi special buys.
But like my solo podcast, I have to film it. And it's like, what do you want it filmed for? I uploaded an audio only version one because I just didn't have my camera at the time. People complained. It's like, what the fuck were you looking at? I'm sitting in a chair just talking. I don't do anything. I don't even play sound effects. Like, what are you missing out on? But people
I
complain.
know. What is that? I don't
Yeah.
understand. Then again, though, you're right. Like, I do. It is just out of sheer convenience and laziness. It's just your first immediate reptilian instinct is I'm bored. YouTube. So you don't even go to Spotify or anything. So you're not going to have that theater of the mind.
Yeah.
But I think that is like, look, like what we were saying before. It's just kind of sad that I guess because really there is things that you can do when you just have audio and no visual.
Yeah.
That I think make things a lot funnier because you're kind of forcing the
Yes.
person to think about it. You know. And so that is something like what we were saying. I just missed that doesn't exist.
Well, yeah, like
anymore
we used to
after
play
Hamish and-
audio sketches a lot on our radio show, which we do less, probably more to do with time, but also because if we play a sketch, we just sit
have to
there and
sit
listen
here
to
and
it.
listen.
You
Or
know?
or it'd have to cut to an animation, or like what's the visual for like an audio sketch. We used to when we didn't film it, do audio stuff. I agree. I missed that one
Yeah, because
element of comedic.
with audio sketches, there's
just like-
no budget constraints at all. There's no like when you do a video, it's like if I want to have a car crash scene, you have to do something. It's very difficult to do.
With
But
audio,
in
you
audio,
just
you can have an
YouTube
alien
to MP3,
spaceship and
you know?
whatever the fuck you want in there,
Yeah.
and no one's like, this seems a little bit far fetched because the image is in your head.
Yeah. So I'm just like, I'm kind of sad about it as well with you guys. So there's that.
You are like an old school dude. You're like a modern grandpa in a way.
I am.
With like
right.
the phone. It's cool. It's kind of interesting.
pants.
You don't meet many people who are like younger and enjoy, not having an iPhone.
Do you enjoy it?
No, I don't.
Yeah. Like I sit there and I shit and I watch TikTok.
I've started.
But that's why I am like I am.
Yeah.
That's
true.
I'd say I've started turning it
I
off
do
now,
like
and
it,
I love
I
that.
guess.
I like it's cool because there's stories and stuff. You have a much more intimate connection with fans and shit. But ultimately, I think I'd probably be happier without it. But I need it. I do think I need it for my job.
So
I think that
when you shit, you just sit there and think.
you just poo. That's crazy.
I just do that
What?
classic thinker pose
Yeah.
of that piece of art. And that's my shit.
The stinker.
The stinker.
Wow.
am the stinker.
Yeah, great.
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 That's
Great.
mad. Good on you, Lewis. Thanks,
Really
man.
good joke.
So what's your show about at the moment? Because you're taking it on tour. What is it about? FriendlyJordies cancels the media. What's the pitch?
The pitch is, it is an hour-long explanation of how the propaganda model works,
Yeah.
specifically in Australia. And it's a lot scarier than even I originally anticipated, because this is the thing that I love about it. I first learned about it, I think, maybe 10 years ago, how the news filters through and changes people's opinions, and how people just think that they think the things by coming to these conclusions rationally, when in reality there is like this giant invisible machine
Yeah.
that is making everyone think the way that they think.
Well, it is true. Like if they just throw one opinion at you, and then they pretend to have discourse around this issue by presenting a shit argument against it, you will think that you've done your research because you've heard this bad version of the against argument and go, well, that's stupid. I think this.
Yeah.
And I've done my research, but
Yeah.
you haven't. You've just been given fake, discourse.
Yeah. And this is the scary thing, is just one of the hundreds of tricks that are employed. And so I'm going through a few of them, but pretty much it was just set up in 1919. It was set up during World War I, because the Americans had to convince the population that didn't want to go to war to go to war. And so they got all of these
That's
genius
interesting.
psychologists, into a room to figure out how to change public opinion quickly. And they changed it. At the end of it, everybody was pro-war. They wanted to go. So public
Because
opinion
that's the
shifted.
interesting catalyst. Because I always think with big conspiracies like this, it's kind of a conspiracy theory. If the media is doing it on purpose, I always think what the fuck's the catalyst? Why would they all work together at the same time to learn how to do this properly? And that makes sense. A war.
Well, yeah, it was a war. That
And
was
then they
the
just
original.
apply those techniques.
That's pretty much just how all technological advancements throughout history happen. It's because
Yeah.
of war.
Yeah.
It's that's the reason we went to the moon. It was basically just to show the Russians that we could nuke them. That was
Yeah.
pretty much why we went there, right? And so it's the same thing when it comes to the propaganda model. Propaganda has obviously existed since organized society, but during World War I, it went to another level. And then I'm kind of giving away something here, but by 1932, one of the founding forefathers of the propaganda model, who went on to be known as the father of modern journalism. So he set up the propaganda model, and then he set up how journalism is taught. But that guy in 1932 was bragging to a bunch of industrial titans at the time that it is naive to believe in the dogma of democracy. What we now live in is a guided democracy. That was 1932. So essentially they were dinging the bell of victory and saying that they had completely overridden the democratic process in 1932.
Yeah, fuck.
And now we're 100 years later.
And we have social media now.
yeah. That's
really interesting.
That's the show.
Should I go?
You definitely should.
Should I just fucking leave?
What? What do you mean?
You know what I mean?
Podcast?
Yeah.
What are you
I
talking
feel
about?
like I don't need to be here anymore.
Why?
That was too
Because
much.
can we talk about Married at First
Is
Sight?
your brain full?
Yeah. Use
Your
the word
brain's full.
Use the word catalyst twice.
Yeah.
That's a bit much.
Yeah, sorry.
I don't know
sorry.
about that.
What? So you kind of like trying to grapple? Like I thought that was a show on ABC. Is that what you're trying?
Yes,
to
I remember that show.
Yeah. Yes. There we go. All
Yeah.
right, there we go. Now you're back.
Yeah. I'm sorry, man. I'm a stickler
just
for
passed
old
out.
Australian culture.
Yeah, Luke just passed out for a hot minute there. he heard Jordan go, so it started back in, and he's like, I'm out.
I heard 1932
I am
and I
out.
was like, "Pff, I wasn't even born.
That is
So
no
does it
relevance.
matter?
Didn't exist.
I have no personal experience with this directly, so it's not real, and I don't care.
Yeah. No, I really admire that you like. It's so funny. Like when you go watch Jordan's show and you're like come away like you'll learn something.
Yeah.
I've been telling everyone on my show, I'm like, man, I love this year's show. There's no substance. Like, and that's what I love about it. Like you go in there, forget your life for an hour, and you'll come out dumber for sure.
Yeah. I've as the festival's gone on, because I'm not really sleeping and hanging out with Luke a lot, I reckon I've gotten a little bit less smart too. Last night, I was talking to a guy in the front row, and it was my crowd work was going great. I'm like, this is going to be a killer clip. And then I asked him how old he was, and he goes, 21, and then plus 5. And I went, oh, so you're 27. Fucking idiot.
Yeah, but you suck at maths.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, but that's not math. Like 5 plus 1, I got it wrong. I was like 20. I was like 7.
Yeah.
Moron.
Yeah.
And then the whole crowd
you've
just
always been
laughs
bad
at,
at maths.
me for like a minute.
Of
Yeah, but I've
course.
been bad at math, but 5 plus 1 bad at math, a toddler can do that,
Yeah.
literally.
Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty sad, man.
Yeah.
Deserve to be laughed at.
Yeah. It was a funny
But
part
like
of the
you
show.
gotta laugh, so whatever.
Well, you know, not the type of laugh you're after. 100 people going, what a fucking idiot.
But isn't that funny that that's probably, let's be honest, I haven't seen your show, probably one of the biggest laughs of your show.
No.
No, but it probably
but it
was
always
though.
is.
You haven't
When
heard
you
the bit
screw
about
up.
the war crimes.
Okay.
It's,
No, but it probably like was like of really like people probably came away from the show. I'm like, that bit when he got the maths on, classic. Like that's what
Yeah.
people take away
Yes.
from stuff. I realized like you can spend all the time in the world writing a show, and they'll remember what bit you fucked up.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, that was classic. He did. Yeah, that was good.
Yes.
he said 27.
But your shows, Jordan, they've been going well. You've sold out most of them, I believe, right? Which is fucking insane considering how you sell your tickets, right? I have here. Luke and I.
This is
every time we
crazy.
see you promote your shows, we're like, what is he doing and why does it work? It's the most fucked.
My
You
method.
operate your business like it's the 1920s. If you want to buy a ticket, I have a promo. This is an official Friendly Jordies promo thing. All of your dates, 10 left, sold out.
By
10
the
left,
way,
blah,
I'm
blah.
assuming made on Microsoft Paint.
Oh yeah,
well.
yeah. Like the photo is like blurry as fuck.
By the way, I'm not knocking you because
Yeah.
you sell out every single show you do.
Oh, you
so whatever you're
sell
doing,
more tickets than the
Keep
two of us
going.
combined,
Keep it up.
right?
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, don't change it because it's working. But also, why does the fuck does it? All of your dates sold out. Blah blah. Tickets. Email Sandy for information and tickets. FriendlyJordies@gmail.com. You're selling out venues via email. You can't even buy them. A woman named Sandy is selling tickets one by one via Gmail, and it works.
a free email service as well.
And what's super fucked about this is you don't even seem to know that's how it's
I
done.
didn't know. Thanks for informing me. And he said, I'm not going to change anything.
Bro, if you're selling out the Comics Lounge via email, you could be doing arenas with a website.
Dude, this is like an actual thing I read. I don't know if you know this now. I thought you were across this. It was like, all right, below there is the email. So you have to click in the comments below. Then it's like below, it's like actually go to events. And then you click on an event on Facebook. Then in the description of the event is the email to email. So then you have to email them. Then you have to wait 2 to 4 days for a reply if you even get one because there's be so many people emailing. And then what happens after the email process? But already I've done 5 steps and I've just sent an email and I'm still not sure if I'm coming to your show or not.
Yeah, Jordan's
Wait,
the
you
Ray
saying
Man
there's a
of...
simpler way?
Yeah,
Yeah, website, cunt. Ticket Tech, you heard of it?
it was crazy. I was like, this.
Why does it work like that? Dude,
It's your
outraged.
fucking business.
I don't get this.
It's your business,
What the
bro.
hell?
That's awesome.
Makes me angry.
Maybe.
I bet you're just making bank because you're just like not paying for a ticketing service at all. So it's just like Gmail is just getting the job done.
Yeah, or Sandy emails him an invoice. Yeah, you've made $10, and you're like, fuck, I guess I did.
Yeah.
You know, she pockets the rest.
Look, my only critique is it's on Gmail. Go to Yahoo. Come on. Like, let's make this shit up.
Email
Let's
Sandy
make
at
this even harder.
FriendlyJordies at AOL.com.
Yeah, AOL. Come on.
That'd be great.
Let's go the whole hog here.
I like that.
So-
What else can you do?
If you want to go, if you guys want to get
No, okay.
tickets,
Mail in the money like funniest home videos.
Yeah.
You can't even swipe.
Yeah.
Just put the original Crow's Nest email
With
parcel
a check,
locker.
With a check.
Yeah.
You meant to make sure it clears.
That's great. And then you have to like actually cash all the checks at the bank individually. Poor Sandy.
yeah,
Oh
we'll
my
send you a
God.
receipt via Telegram.
Man, I've messaged Sandy once. She was lovely. I was supposed to
I'm
open
sure she
for
does a
you
good job.
last year before you were doing some shows just before the pandemic hit, and we had our regional tour. I forgot about. I felt so bad because she was so lovely. I was like, oh yeah, and she's like, yeah, we'll get you opening, great. And I organized it all. And then like I've never, she was sending me love hearts over text. She was so
She's
nice.
lovely.
Yeah, she was so lovely.
Who is she?
Who is Sandy?
Who's Sandy?
Yeah.
What does
I
she
don't
do
know, like
before?
all I can describe her is just like if Marge Simpson grew up in rural Australia.
So
That's why she runs it over email.
is this her only job, or does she do other shit too?
No, she's got other jobs.
What's
She's got odd jobs.
what does she do?
Like, you know what? It's so weird. I think she's like a guidance counselor at a school.
You've got a guidance counselor at a
Set up an
school.
email. Yeah, and then
That's funny.
she does that.
Dude, he's living the dream. He's already outsourcing all these jobs to like instead of the Philippines, just rural Australia.
Yeah, I mean that's basically
Bringing
the Philippines.
jobs to the bush.
That's good.
Yeah, man.
All right, well, guys, if you want to get a ticket to Friendly Jordies show, figure it the fuck out because I don't know how to plug it. Good luck. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, all the
Enter
best.
the rat's maze.
Yeah, you just have to go on a journey. It's like The Hobbit. It's fucking 3 movies.
Mate, thanks for coming on the show. Is there anything else you want to talk about before we wrap up here?
No, I think we're done.
I think you need a nap.
Yeah, that's it. Can I have a nap?
Yeah, you can. We've got another guest coming in about an hour, but if you just want to have
I'll
a
just sit
sleep,
here and
yeah,
sleep.
that's
Yeah,
fine.
that's
That is fine.
Focus the camera there.
There's couches upstairs. Most of the Misfits people don't do their job. They're all asleep anyway. You'll fit in.
Yeah, great.
So
All right.
thanks so much for coming on, mate. Check out Friendly Jordies on tour. The show's killer, and check out his YouTube and everything else. And you have a podcast too.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, check that out. Figure it
Yeah,
out. You know.
Figure that one out. Yeah. Ask Sandy.
All right, that's the end of the episode.
Bye,
Thank you
guys.
very much. We're Luke and Lewis. Thank you, Jordan. Have fun.